Okay, so this was kind of interesting too. So like, oh man, Keto Rose is just funny. Some of her videos are they're just funny. Anyways, she posts one and she's all like, if you're, you know, she's naming all these reasons why she doesn't want to be friends with someone. I guess it's fair, but I just kind of wonder, like, I think sometimes like people like to point out things that like don't apply to them. It would almost be like me like saying every day, I don't want to be an astronaut. It's like, okay, that's there's truth to that. Like, I'm sure like you guys have never heard me say anything even remotely in the ballpark of like I want to be an astronaut. So like that's not really surprising to you, is it? Like I truly don't want to be an astronaut. That's not something that I have an ambition for. But like you probably don't need to hear me say that, do you? No, right? Because you just like you basically you just know. You're like, yeah, I know. She doesn't want to be an astronaut. Like, why would she want? Like, duh. Olivia doesn't want to be an astronaut. That wouldn't make any sense. Anyway, but so she started saying like, I don't want to be like girls who do the same stuff as me or something because like I don't want you to think that I'm copying you. And then she's all like, I don't want to go follow a guy and get them to pay for my meal. I was going to go to dinner anyway. And she's like, I don't want to go in their section. If they want to talk to us, they can talk to us. Like the one about the meal and that one makes sense. Maybe that's like worth saying just because I do feel like I kind of see it from both sides. I think the pick Mishas, they continue to watch the black pick Mishas, right? If you're a pick me, you're more of like a Karen, but if you're like a pick Misha, you might be black. Um, so like with the pick me shows, I feel like they're looking at like the like white girl pick me's and they're thinking that it's a similar ballpark, but it isn't. So even though in girl world like all is kind of fair, in boy world it kind of ain't. So even though you might be like really really pretty and really great and there's lots of guys who are interested in you, if you're a girl that's kind of always the case. You might not know who these guys are, but there's always guys who are interested in you. That's a thing. um but you're probably if you're just going by the normal status quo stuff, the big idea is like guys pay for things, guys take girls places, guys do things for girls. This is society, right? Um, the problem here is that, how do I say this? The problem is that guys are not, I don't want to, I don't know. There's got to be a better way to say this, but the kind of brute force, simple term way of saying it is like black guys don't know how to play their part. So they're kind of like fucking up society in a sense because black girls, and this is just for black girls who date black guys. If you're a black girl who's like me, you don't date black guys. Actually, this doesn't apply. But if you're like all the black girls who I see on the internet, they seem to be dating black guys. So if you're a black girl and you're dating like a black guy, they don't play by like the regular American society rules. Um, so like you're probably not going to go on that many like dinner dates or stuff like that. And so even a guy in a section or something, well, I don't know, I feel like maybe society, some things that I've seen in society might have actually just changed a bit where this isn't like a thing anymore. Like um how do you put it? Like, I don't know. There's always like groups of girls and then groups of guys, but then they don't really seem to be like talking to each other. Maybe sometimes they do to say like hi, but then they seem to be going back to their respective groups. So it's not like there's going to be like some section with the guys and they're like, oh, invite the girl. I think I really don't know. I'm like speculating in these ways. Like, none of this shit makes any sense to me at all anyway. I feel like I dress like an old lesbian, and, like, I try to, like, just desexualize myself when I go outside in all the ways you guys see. I walk out with these, like, fucking French braids and this, like, strapped up little. This is me every day. Like, I'm not really thinking about a section unless it's like on the floor plan where I'm gonna be taking home money at the end of the night. But like otherwise, I'm a server. Let's be clear. Yeah, but yeah, that was weird. It was some things were like, why. She made a good point. She's like, where's your money? Like, why don't you have your own things? Like, where's your money? Where's This is true, and I guess like I've never seen the women who don't have their own money. Like, where are these women, and why don't they have any money? Like, oh, seriously, like where is your money? Like, do you have a trust fund? Because if you don't, and you should pretty much know by now, if you don't got the trust fund, then you need to be working like everybody else. Like, that's not like a bad thing or something to be ashamed of, to like have a job so that you can like have some monies, so that you can like have some things like dinner. And so Kita Rose like normalizing just going to dinner because she was gonna like have the food. Yeah, that's very true. I still don't see how that's a talking point though, because like everyone should be going out and having dinner like every day. You should probably be having breakfast and lunch too, for that matter. But if for some reason you're not, like, I get it, I guess. But like, you should probably be having it, right? Like, what? I don't know. I would just assume, but maybe there's parts of it that I'm missing, because I do feel like every time like new people find me, I think they just assume that I'm a pick Misha. Like, they haven't like watched any of my content, read any of the numerous links in my bios, right? I guess they just see a thumbnail and they be like, "Oh, she's a pick Misha" or something. And I'm like so far from a pick Misha, it's insane. I'm like a hyper feminist, like a I can't even describe it. I'm like almost anti male. So there's just there's like a pick Misha who's like over here, and then there's me. You can't see me anymore because I'm all the way on the wall over there. There's a long distance between us. And then you got like Jasmine Tukes, who's like in the center. She's not really a pick Misha because she's like literally picked. Like, she's like married, okay, and like with 2 babies, I think, now. So yeah, I don't really know. I think I gotta say, like, maybe for more context, and just I wish I could say more about a pick me show, but I don't understand the like the thing that Keita Rose seems to be very familiar with is she's like normalizing. I don't understand enough to like unpack the character trope. I don't think I understand the character of a pick me show enough to like empathize. Why the things that Keita Rose is saying seem very obvious. I don't understand why she's making these talking points. It would almost be like me saying I have a fingernail or something, and you'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like, This is an ear. You know what I'm saying? Like water is wet. These are the things it seems like she's saying, but she's saying them like she's teaching someone something. Who is she teaching is what I'm trying to understand, and like why don't people know this already? Another thing is like she was pointing out people who have problems. Oh, this person doesn't have custody. Oh, this person can't do this. This person can't pay a bill. Whatever someone's problem is. Um, I'm not really sure if she's wandered into the like real society for a moment, but like everyone is dealing with something. Like everyone. So, I mean, it's like pick your bag of problems, I suppose, if you want to like character pick on who is dealing with what. Maybe this person is dealing with depression. This person is dealing with, excessive spending on cars. This person is dealing with overeating and hypertension. This person is dealing with pimples and skin acne. This person is dealing with dying heart syndrome or something. Everybody has an issue going on. Everybody. Like, it's just, you have to, be around a person long enough to understand what it is that they're dealing with. But if you were to just listen to Kita's sentiment, it would almost seem like she's basically saying, oh, I'm only going to be friends with these like perfect people. But in reality, there are no perfect people. So who is she like looking for? Like, who? There's no one who's. I mean, there's probably. Maybe she's looking for people who have the exact same problems as her. So, like, whatever her list is of like, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this. I only want to basically be in community with other people who also have exactly the same thing, this and this and this and this and this. And if you don't have the exact same things that I have, and if you aren't doing like the exact same thing that I'm doing, I don't want to be in community with you. I think that's what she's saying. I'm not positive about that though. I could be wrong. I don't know. So yeah. Gotta say, all in all, it was just kind of weird to watch because I certainly don't need anyone to tell me that like water is wet. Maybe a pygmisha does.